Okay, I'm gonna do a gameplay recording here video of a game that I actually really enjoyed. Um, it's an indie game from, actually came out in 2015. I was actually looking at this on Steam before let's see, what do I have Steam open here? Here we go. The base game itself came out in 2015, so 10 years ago, over 10 years ago at this point. Actually, it just turned 2026, but yeah, it's been about 10 years since this game came out. I don't. It didn't get a ton of notoriety. This was back when indie games were still indie. I mean, indie game as a genre was just sort of taking off, up to the year 2000, kind of in the late 2010s. But like last year, there's a bunch of indie games that were really popular. I mean, Hades 2 was a breakout. Blueprint was a big game. And this game actually kind of reminds me a little bit. I played Blueprints last year, and this game, I was thinking back on it, actually reminds me a little bit, not of the gameplay of Blueprints, but just like a game that isn't typical of a genre game. I mean, like a lot of indie games would fall into what they call like the Metroidvania or puzzle platforming genre. Of course, that's a lot of games that aren't, but I'm just saying like a good portion of games like the Hollow Knight series, which is also another big indie series in 2025 that had released a title. I say big, but I mean it was popular, but it was made by a small team in like Australia, I think, or something. Definitely an indie title. Anyways, I digress a little bit, but I wanted to take another look back at this game, Sunless, a game I really haven't played in a long time. Last time I really played it was when the DLC came out, the Submariner DLC, which was in 2016, so just a year after the main game. So even that has been out for a long time ago. Um, and one of the things that really stood out to me when I played this game, I've been playing video games for a long time. I remember like taking like notes and making maps for old like RPG games, like the Dungeon Master games and stuff like that. I mean, taking hand notes was a big thing because those games were obscure. Like they didn't have in-game quest trackers and logs and stuff like that, and like auto mapping, all the conveniences you expect in a modern game today. Not to say that this game doesn't have those either, but one thing that really stood up to me was this is a game where I really first like started taking notes. So like I went back and this is my OneNote tab that I created in 2016 when I was playing the game a lot, and I just took a bunch of notes as I played the game. And when I say a bunch, I mean I took a lot of notes over my many playthroughs. I say many playthroughs. One of the things that's really interesting about this game, actually don't need this sidebar. Can I? It doesn't really matter. Anyways, there's some other games I've taken notes for. Not a lot. Like I said, I'm not a huge note taker in games. I've I sort of found that I actually kind of enjoy it though. So some of the more recent games I've been playing recently, Blueprints, Claroscure, some other games that I played this year, I started taking more and more notes. 'Cause actually, it's kind of fun to take notes actually, and like think about the games a little more. I used to just normally this is sort of again a bit digression. I am going to get into Sunless Sea here in a minute, but I just want to set some brief grounds here for why I like this game and some of the things I wanted to think about when I'm playing it again. I used to just play on the normal difficulty first, and then like if I really liked it, I would be like, oh, I'll play it on the harder difficulty for the second playthrough. But very few games I really played through a second time, single player games that is. So I never really got used to that. And before, like a lot of games were hard in ways that aren't fun, right? Like you think of like the bullet sponge bosses, it's like they just stay alive forever, right? Like there was a game that I played, The Division, which is like a Ubisoft shooter, third-person shooter multiplayer game. In the first Division, like the enemies just had so much health. You just shot them for minutes and then tens of minutes and then 30 minutes. Like you're shooting the same dude, like he's just a human in the game, and you're shooting him with like bullets for like 30 minutes before you die. That's one way a game can be hard. There's like I talked a little bit about Hollow Knight. That's another game that's hard. It's Hollow Knight's hard in you have to be very precise in your timings, and you have to learn the patterns of the bosses. So that's sort of the skill involved in Hollow Knight. Precision and repetition and learning. This game, Sunless Sea, is a very interesting game because it's actually it's a story-based game. It's all about the writing and the stories. but it also defaults to an Iron Man mode. And what Iron Man is you can't do manual saves and loading. Like, and basically you die. If you die, you have to start a new character, which is sort of weird for a story-based game. I mean, like that's you think of story-based games as having low mechanical difficulty. Well, mechanical difficulty is the wrong way to think about it because this game actually doesn't have much mechanics either. It has you do a little shooting with the cannon on your ship as you sail around the sea, um, but it's not like a Hollow Knight style reflexes style game. Anyways, like I said, it's abnormal for a story-based game to be also hardcore in the sense that like it's an Iron Man game. And again, this is like from 2015, so like there was more room to. I would say like games were. Well, how do I want to say this? Like experimental, maybe. I don't want to say all games were, but this game in particular, I think stands out. I don't even know what genre you would call it. Again, I call it story based, but like I said, it's also you also spend a lot of time just sailing around on a boat. It's a very slow game from what I remember. Again, I haven't played this game in quite a while, but I wanted to revisit it and take a second look and see if it still holds up to my memories of it. So let's get into the game. I debated whether I wanted to start a fresh save file or if I wanted to continue my existing save file. And the way this game works is, like I said, it's permadeath when you die, but you can like the conceit of the game is that you have a legacy basically, like you leave a legacy for your scion. It's called your scion, so it could be your child or whatever the in-game story ends up being, but the person who replaces you, comes after you, is part of your legacy. So it's built around the idea that you will fail, especially when you very first start the game. You have no money. Your ship is like the little ship, the little dinghy, basically, and like it's a very hard game. So I kind of wanted to try it and like re-experience the beginning of the game when you have nothing and like you're gonna die. It's expected that you'll die. But I also wanted to when I loaded up my save file, it was right at the end of creating a new legacy from my previous run, which again I don't even remember when I played, but it was many years ago. And it shows you some of the different endings you can get. So this game has a lot of different endings to it, which is another thing I really liked about it. And there was like three. It's like there's like 6 or 8 endings total, and there's like 3 of them that I hadn't even gotten. So I was like, well, I do want to re-experience this game. I kind of was thinking about playing it fresh, but playing a fresh save file does take a long time, for one thing. I'm not sure if I want to record that long of a playthrough. But also, I still actually want to get some of these other endings that I didn't get. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's actually things I haven't done. So I took notes at the top here, and like these are the 3 that the game tells you about of the endings I haven't gotten yet. So this is what there's one called A Traveling Light, which the game description was rise high and go east. This is my note here. I think this has to do with the Empire of the Hands. I'm not sure. I haven't looked up any spoilers. Don't like to play spoilers in single player games usually if I can avoid it. The other ending that I haven't gotten is Manual of Miracles, and the description is While Forgotten, find one who is forgotten. These are notes from my previous self, so I don't even remember exactly what this means. I think I put a question mark Frostbound. Like I think there's one of the towns in the game. This ending might have to do with that town. And then there's one called Book of Sharps, which says raise the anarchists to prominence. Anarchists, I think, are one of the factions to the south of the main city, Fallen London. So I thought I'd try this one, Book of Sharps. Iron Republic. That's what I think. That's where I think this one revolves around. So I'm going to focus this playthrough on going to the Iron Republic and think if I can figure out how to get the ending for the Book of Sharps, which is described as raising the anarchists to prominence. So I started a fresh set of notes here for my current game. I'll take some notes here as I go. I will refer to my past notes here. They're sort of organized by town. So each section here is notes about the town. The way the game, I'm not going to describe too much about the game. We'll see it as we go. But I mean, yeah, let's just dive in. So this is the very beginning here. So I'm in Fallen London. That's the city here, Fallen London. And let's see what we get. The game again is mostly around reading and making decisions, and then sailing your boat around to the different cities. So here we go. 3 decades ago in Lorraine, London, swallowed by bats. I don't know if I want to read the whole description, but like I'm going to kind of go through it quickly. Welcome to the Unterzee. So that's where we are. We're in Fallen London. I'm not going to describe this setting. You can go look it up on the internet. I could, if I watch this video, I could go look it up on the internet. Okay, so what are the options I'm choosing from here? So choose a path, decide who you are, what you want to be, or I can decide later. If you choose this, you want to go to sea immediately. Choose this, your opportunities to revisit your past may arrive later. I don't know what these options do, so I'm just going to do choose a past. Memoirs. Quality of lodgings hasn't changed because it's higher than one. Yeah, so my legacy owns some lodgings in Fallen London. I think that's what this is referring to. Who were you? Now that you're a captain, you belong to the Undersea, but who were you before? Well, you were street urchin. So give you a bonus to your veils, the skill of subtlety and evasion. So I want to do something to do with the anarchists. I think they're more of an iron. Iron is the the strength stat in this game, basically. Let's see if I can quickly remember what these. Veils is more like secrecy, secrets, and intelligence kind of stuff. Pages is more like bookish lore. Maybe that's more like intelligence, I don't know, but that's like bookish lore, like that kind of stuff. Veils is more like subtlety. Yeah, it says right here, subtlety and evasion. Pages, trickery and knowledge. So I want to go with iron because I want to play for the anarchist ending. Let's look at what the other ones are. So it's one with hearts, which is more about healing and morale, being a priest. Natural philosopher has to do with being mirrors, deception, and detection and perception. Yeah, like I said, so I want to focus on this one. So this is going to be a veteran of Campaign 68. You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and pension have bought you a command. Let's give you a bonus to iron. Skill of causing damage. Okay, so we are a veteran of the Campaign of 68. I don't really know the full lore, so I don't know what 68 is a direct reference to. Stern and exacting. They will not trifle with you. You promised a job to your acquaintance, the shady cook. He'll do until you find someone less disgusting. So I start with a shady cook. He's one of the officers you can get for your ship. I also have a mascot, the comatose ferret. Gives you 1 heart. You can talk to him. And the shady cook, who gives you also a heart. So both my characters give me hearts. And we can talk to him later. You were a weary soldier, now you're a Z captain. Shooting quality is gone. Welcome to the world. I have gained 20 echoes, which is money. I inherited money from my previous legacy, or from my previous character. So that's why I have more than 0. I have some iron, which was from my legacy that I just chose, and I had the shady cook. And there is someone in London looking for passage. Choose ambition. What does winning mean to you? Okay, interesting. Your father was lost at sea, at Z. You never knew him. Go find him. Okay, that's an option. Immortality. This has to do with the Submariner DLC. Eternal life sounds like something you'd enjoy, and it's said that the presbyter, the ruler of the elder continent, has I think this is what I did on my previous playthrough. Like I said, last time I kind of did the Undersea story. Last time I played this again, which was like 10 years ago, give or take. I think that's why it says you have one. I'm not sure exactly, but I think I did this last time. Fulfillment, gather 100 tails, learn all you can at sea, ride a mass pace, retire. Wealth, I don't actually know what these options do. Choose an ambition, what does winning mean to you? Gather 100 tails, learn all you can at the sea, ride a mass pace, retire. Wealth, you know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, and a family. A private kingdom, interesting. You can't choose this now, but you may find an opportunity to switch to it later in game. Establish a colony. I think this has to do... So I took some notes. I was looking through my notes that I took last time I played the game. I think that's this. It wasn't listed in the like the achievements section of like, or not the achievements, but the in-game UI of different endings. But I think that has to do with this one where you found a colony. Yeah, it says establish a colony where you are the absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps. Perhaps. I love the writing in this game. It's very dry and like it. I don't know, it really speaks to me. Okay, so which of these makes the most sense for a Book of Sharps? Raising the anarchist to prominence. Probably not your father's bones. It says you can switch, like I said, you might be able to switch these throughout the game. Not immortality. Maybe fulfillment. I mean, write a masterpiece, retire, learn all you can. Wealth. my character's not poor. At least he doesn't start poor. So let's try fulfillment. And actually, I'm not actually sure what this does. Let's see what happens. Okay. Whenever you return to Fallen One, then you have the option to retiring, but you need to write your ass first. So I think if I recall, satisfying your ambition is one way to end the game. So this just gives you an option of how you can end this character, but you don't have to. I don't think you have to do your ambition. And in fact, I'm not trying to necessarily. Like I said, I think I want to try to do this one, Book of Sharps. So this may not actually affect anything. But if you did want to use this as the ending, you first have to write your masterwork. Yeah, how do you want it to end? Determines how you win, although you can always retire for a draw. Interesting. Okay. A lot to unpack as we go through the game here. One more last scrap of paperwork. Captain, in irregularity with the Harbor Master's office, they wish to know what term to address you. Okay. So turn what people call your captain. So last time I played, I was like the... Actually, I don't even remember. Madame? Sir? Citizen? This might be good for doing the... I mean, I don't know if it affects anything, but like the anarchist might be more susceptible to someone who doesn't treat themselves as a lord or a lady or a captain. Yeah, let's try citizen. A term of interest popular among those of egalitarian sentiments. Citizen, perhaps you're some sort of rabble-rousing enthusiast, eh? One last piece of advice. Explore, take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. Okay. Again, this save game's already kind of farther along, so I probably won't die right away. At least, I hope not. But we'll see what happens. Let's see. I get to get a picture for myself. This guy is an iron, so he's a tough dude. Let's see which portrait. That guy's kind of cool looking. Although he's a little mischievous for what I envision as a iron character. Kind of like this guy with the turban, actually. This guy is cool looking too. Actually, I like the beard on this guy. Yeah, let's do it with this dude. Give him a name. Yeah, I don't know. Go with Captain Duncan. How about that? He's a what was my legacy? Oh, he was a veteran of the war. That's right, a veteran of the war. Old Captain Duncan. What is this one? I must be undersea related. Anyways, yeah, let's go with this guy here. Fallen London. Alright, we are in the game. Let's look at the... So there's a couple different things in this game. Let's look at the advice for captains. If you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances to survive will improve. Okay. Captains often die. It's not the end. When you die, you learn the lessons which help you survive the next time. Beware the layout changes with each new captain. Home waters are stable, but islands will move. Okay. Go on exploration. Exploration is the heart of the game. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you run out of fuel. Exploring, playing port stories will allow you to find secrets. Of Mercy, on Unforgiving mode, this is what I was talking about, where it's basically an Iron Man mode. One autosave updated whenever you die. When you reach port, wiped on death. So you're getting frustrated, you can go back to leisure mode. We're not going to do that. Your prow lamp, this is basically, I think it's just like tutorial stuff basically. So your prow lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror. Yeah, so terror is a big thing in this game. Allows you to find Z marks. Your engines, of course, drive to the night. Yeah, so these are all parts of the game. So let's look what these things do. So legacies, yeah, it just tells you, just telling you about the game. So this sort of stuff I talked about already, where you can die, but your future captains can inherit some stuff from you. Okay. Speak to your officers to learn secrets on improving your abilities. Spend echoes as your money on poor. Okay. I don't want to go to merciful mode, but just telling you about it. Completing a game with the Invictus token intact is a badge of honor. Oh, so you have an Invictus token. Is it in your hold or something? Yeah, here it is. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You're in unforgiving mode. No save slots besides the autosave. If you'll lose this token if you switch to merciful mode. Okay. Oops. I wanted to finish this little section real fast. Is there anything interesting? Mercy, we just looked at that. Machines. Your lamp and your engines use fuel. More powerful engines use more fuel. All lamps use fuel at the same rate. Okay. Press Z on the Z-bad button at the bottom. Just tell you where the nearest undiscovered island is. If you're moving, it'll be less accurate. Okay. The Z-bad, that's this guy. Helps you find islands. Let's see. Fighting, avoid enemy attacks. Green glow means the enemy is in your light. I actually don't remember exactly how combat works in this game, but it's not a huge part of the game. If you turn your light off, you may be able to sneak behind them and get a shot at him first. Okay, yeah, so they see you better if your lights are on. And we just did fighting stories. If you have the something awaits you quality when at sea, that's right. So that when you're sailing out in the sea for a certain period of time, you get this something awaits you quality, which basically means when you make landing at the next port, something like more interesting things will have happened. So just leaving a port and then immediately coming back to it, like time hasn't really passed, like new things haven't happened yet. But as you sail out in the sea for a period of time, you get this little quality which tells you that time has passed and that things may have changed. That's the basics of it from what I remember. Terror. So terror is like, yeah, so it's kind of like a Lovecraftian thing. It's one of these meters, right? Yes, this meter here, 0 terror. Hunger, terror, fuel. You can use short leave in London or other ports to reduce it. Some stories will increase or reduce terror. Again, it's mostly a story-based game, so all the things you do in this game are story-related. New stories. We had news. So it's just telling you that they add. At this point, I don't think they're adding anything new, but at some point they were adding new stories to the game. And you can sell this book. Oh, okay. And I have sold it. I've gained 50 echoes, and I no longer have the tutorial book. Okay. So we're in London. Oh, there's also a Submariner tutorial. Let's take a quick look at this. So again, Submariner was the DLC. I will interact with it, but I'm not going to try to do the DLC ambition. But let's see what we have in here. So welcome to his friend. I don't have a submarine yet, so this is locked. How to convert your machine into a submarine. The fierce philanthropist runs a profitable enterprise, quietly converting ships into submarines. Okay, so let's take note of that. That's something we can do in the game. So let's make this a little smaller so I can type and read what I'm saying. So one thing we can do is convert to a submarine. And we do that by talk to the fierce philanthropist. In Port Carnelian. Okay, so that's something we can try to work on throughout the game. What happens if I click on this? You will not need to repeat the quest to discover the submarine conversion bus. Just fits the old sapphire processing button in Port Carnelian to have the alterations applied to your current vessel. Okay, so my legacy has already done this. I don't know if I want to remove the tutorial because I don't actually remember how to use this. So maybe I'll leave that until I unlock it. Okay, so we're in London. She is the greatest city on the Unterzee. Don't you forget it. One thing I can do is I can adopt a Blemmington Gallivanter. I don't have one. That's an option. Sure, why not? What is a Blemmington Gallivanter? A polite bow. You extend your hand and the Blemmington leaps on. So it's a... mushroom. It's a keen little mushroom. It's very small. Is it old enough for naval service? You're pretty sure its mustache has been drawn on in pen in an attempt to look older. As you approach your ship's gangplank, the creature flutes and vibrates with apparent happiness. The bosun winces as you bring it aboard. Okay, so he's a mascot. He's a lot better than the comatose ferret. Okay, comatose ferret gives you 1 heart. Can you talk to the comatose ferret? Play with your ferret. Unlocked when something awaits you. Okay, so I have... Do I have something awaits you? Nothing awaits you. Okay. damn airplay. It's like my cats. Like I try to play with my cats, and yeah, they're not so interested a lot of the time. Okay, so I think we're going to put in the Flemington Gallivanter. He's got more stats. It has made its home on a shelf in your cabin. It has built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and possibly a pilfered map. Oh yeah, he's drawn on his mustache here in pen. Entertain your Flemington. You can see an indentation of the porthole in the rim of his cap. You must have been pressing his face to the window as it board. So I don't have. Again, you have to sail for a while to get this quality, and then you can do interesting stuff once you've been sailing for a while. So I don't have it. So. Um, So he's just nothing happens right now, but I do have a Flemington Gallivanter. I talk to my shitty cook. What you want? He might say more, but a coughing fit takes him. Eventually he straightens up and wipes his mouth slowly with his forearm. The shitty cook is not the most hygienic option, but you'll do until you find someone better. I don't know how to pronounce that. Increase your heart. Spend a secret to improve. Okay, so secrets are like pretty valuable. They're like, you've done something major in the game, you get a secret. So if I had a secret, I could improve my hearts. I have 51. Oh, but you can't do it higher than 50, so I already have 51 hearts. So this guy can't raise it any higher. Hey, Shady Cook, why did you choose to go to Z? Fur. He looks directly in the eyes. Lily. He repeats it more slowly. Sea of lilies. He licks his lips very slowly. Eventually, you have to look away. Okay, so this guy wants to go to the Sea of Lilies. Can I move this over just a little bit? Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so this is another thing I can do in the game. So I taken notes on the crew in the past. This is all from before though, so I don't actually know. I'm just going to add it up here. So I'm going to say Shady Cook Officer. He wants to go to the Sea of Lilies, somewhere in the east central Unterzee. So that's one thing we can do in this game. Those are my officers. All right, back to the story screen here. Well, let's visit the Admiralty's office. Admiralty's survey office. They pay for information. Find out what and how. At the survey office here. This is where the Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Yeah, so the base game loop of the game is you go out to the different ports. At each port, you gain port reports, and then eventually you make your way back to London. You hand your port reports back to the survey office, and they give you some money or fuel or whatever you need to repeat the game loop again. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. Is there anything particular they need? Speak to our agent there and then return. We'll see you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. Retrieve strategic information from Gators Moor in the Corsair's Forest. Okay. These are more like long-term goals, but I'll add this here. Retrieve. Actually, I think this is a thing that repeats. I think basically you always get. Basically, it's basically a quest, right? Like every time you come back to Fallen London, they give you a quest to get a specific report from a specific town. So this is basically going to be like a repeating quest. So right now it is to Gators Moor. Gators Moor in the Corsair's Forest, not far from London. So I'm going to leave this section here, and we'll come back every time we'll change this or quest every time. There actually is a logbook, I think. Let's see. Journal. Yeah, so this shows you some of your objectives. So my ambition, like I said, was to become an explorer. This is basically the quest I just wrote down to retrieve the strategic information from Gators Moor. So you can look back in here to like you don't have to take notes in a text file or whatever, but I have chosen to. And here's the one other one I wrote down: converting your submarine in Port Cornelian. Someone's looking for passage. We'll get to that in a minute. Memoirs. Yeah, so I have lodgings. Actually have a Z-side mansion. My legacy has one, and I was born a soldier. My lineage. Captain's lost two. So in this save file, I've lost two captains, which actually isn't that many. Only two. I have a scion. Your line will continue. Daguerreotype of a memorial. The image of an imposing memorial. The rainbow named is filled to read. A previous captain in your lineage found and buried their father's bones, or a substitute. So these are endings that I've done. Okay, interesting. So I've done the ending where I found my and buried my father's bones, or a substitute. Again, it's very dry humor in this game. I've done the ending where you've achieved immortality. That's the one I did right before this one. I mean, I say right before, but I mean like 10 years ago. Okay. I did the ending where I found bones in a misaddressed package. No, it might not have been an ending. It might have just been something that happened in the game. A letter of commendation. An impossible restaurant bill. Tucked into a desk drawer is a restaurant bill with triple circled final total, larger than the cost of most ships. Captain of your lineage, one riches, and a comfortable retirement. Well, that's nice of him. Okay, so we can't visit the university. I don't have any secrets, but again, secrets are important things in this game to get. One thing you can do with them is visit the university. I don't actually know what's going to happen there, but we can make a note of that. So let's see if I have something to do. Like, do I have like a thing to like do something with secrets in here? See secrets. No. Okay. Well, I have seconds for London here, so let's look at what we have in London. So this is London. So there's the university. What do I have written down for the university? Nothing. Yeah, I don't actually know. University. Yeah, I don't have anything written down. Okay, we'll just make a note of that. We'll just add it here. University. Spend 1x secret for what? Also cannot have favors antiquarian, no more than one. You can carouse in the Wolfstack docks. There's no danger here. Try to enjoy yourself. So this is what you do when you come back from a voyage. You can come back here to reduce your terror. Also, you might run into trouble or romance. Can't do that right now because I haven't been anywhere. Can hire more crew. So crew is something you have to have to man your ship. But the more crew you have, the more hunger or the more supplies you have to feed them with. Not sure where it shows how much crew I have. Is that in the hold? No. Over here, here we go. 8 out of 10 crew. So again, you need a certain amount of crew to like maintain full speed of your ship and man all your weapons and stuff. But the more crew you have, the more food they eat. Also, there are many stories in this game where your crew may or may not get eaten. So that's one thing to consider. Don't think I necessarily need more crew. But if I have 30 echoes, I can try to hire more. Because my hearts is so high. Again, I'm trying to do an iron-based story for this one. But I also have high hearts. But I don't think I need more crew. Can you repair your ship? We're not going to do that. Offer a passage to the tomb colonist. So this is something that you can do every game. I remember doing this before. Well, I vaguely recall doing it. I don't remember what happens. There's also recruit, but I don't have it. So may as well unlock this. He's going to be going north. Don't do this to begin. I really want to go down to the Iron Republic first. Maybe I'll come back for this. Let's make a note of this, and then maybe we'll come back to do it. Because I want to go south in the first. I want to understand. I want to focus my run on doing stuff for the Iron Republic. So I want to go there first to see what they're all about. So what I'm going to do is make a note here. In London, pick up the tomb colonist. Take north to Venderbite. So that's something we'll come back and do. Just not going to do it first. That's the plan, at least. I don't know if it's time sensitive in any way. I mean, you might be able to just pick it up now and then like it doesn't matter. So here's my lodging. So again, you don't start the game with lodgings if you start a fresh save file, but this save file has been through a number of captains, and one of the captains was rich enough to buy lodgings in London. So you can catch up in your correspondence, retire from a seafaring life at some point. Yeah, so you can retire here. See, it's one of the ways to end the game. This allows you to review options which will end the game. You can safely scrutinize them without choosing one. Well, let's just take a look at what the options are. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, so if you've completed an ambition, this is unambiguously a win. Otherwise, perhaps you can call it a draw. You must be retiring to at least an elegant townhouse in any case you have standards. So you can retire to my mansion if you just want to end the game, but I don't want to do that. So you can read the morning papers if you have not acquired recent news. The unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the spiteful trumpeter. News. Let's get some news. News from abroad. The Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Canadian coast want independence. They always do. The Unterzee, the papers report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh, a promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for half cask of salt herring. You could use that to gain some supplies. All right. I gained 1 supplies, and now I have 6. And now I have recent news. You can only collect 1 at a time. So next time you come back to London, you'll be able to get recent news again. I can visit my private sanctuary. Create items such as a will, a trophy cabinet, or the Song of the Z. Let's go ahead and go into our private sanctuary. The clock ticks, the gas light wickers, shadows lie quiet. I could create a shrine to stone, I can create an anatomical cabinet, a serene aquarium, a monstrous almanac, a whispering trophy case, you can write your will. You can adorn your lodgings with captivating treasures. So these are all like big things, like these are big objectives in the game. So let's take a quick look at what some of these are. So each of these are basically the same, they're just for different stats. So we'll just look at the first one, create a shrine of stone. You know the hymns, prayers, traditions, perhaps you believe them, perhaps you don't. It'll comfort the sailors. The process of creating the shrine of stone will increase your hearts by 7, up to 200. And the shrine is an auxiliary item worth a further 7. So items are something you put on your ship. That's your hold. So auxiliary is a spot you can put 1 item at a time. Don't currently have any items I can put in there. But to do that, you have to do these things. 7 secrets, a captivating treasure, and you have to have whatever this requirement is. The gods of the sea, stone, storm, and salt. This one you need 7 lamentable relics, 7 secrets, 1 supply for the cabinet, the anatomical cabinet. I think I wrote some of these things down. Let's see if I have these in the notes here. Let's search for cabinet because that's... Yeah, here we go. So this is your study. So how all this stuff notes already have been taken of things you can do. So there's no reason to take additional notes, but these are things you can do in your study. Writing a will. This is if you die. The Court of Chancery, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom it may devour. Ensure it doesn't get its lion tentacles on your property when you're gone. So I guess if you die without a will, you lose your lodgings. I definitely want to have a will then. Cost me 100 echoes, but that's fine, since my guy started with 1200. Baseborn and foaling piece. The lawyer peers at you like a vulture composed of crocodiles. Come now, she creaks. There's a few years in you yet, but your caution does you credit. Sign here. No, ink is fine, not blood. This isn't the brass embassy. I now have an ironclad will. So ensure your next character inherits your lodgings, along with any heirlooms you've stored there. Okay, so I have a will, in case I die. Other things you can do is you can adorn your lodgings with captivating treasures if you have any. This is a way to pass on money to your character. You can have no more than 12 heirlooms or 16 in a mansion. I don't think my previous character had any heirlooms. So this is basically... So when you... Yeah, we'll get into this later, but if you want more money in your next playthrough, you can basically store it by giving treasures, by storing treasures in your lodgings that your next scion can then sell for money. But it's currently locked, so I don't have any treasures. Also, you can convert 10 outlandish artifacts into an heirloom to pass on. So writing the Song of the Sea, so this is one of the endings, I'm pretty sure. So if I look back to the journal here, I think I did this one before. Not sure. Maybe I haven't done this one. Song of the Sea. Let's take another look at it again. I want to go to my study. Song of the Sea. I mean, basically you have to do a ton of things in the game, like Dread Surmise. Like this is something that's very hard to do. You need all of these things up here. You need the trophy case, the almanac, the aquarium, the cabinet, and the shrine. So you need to do all those up above. You also need 77 distant memories. I don't know if I've done this. Your Great Song of the Sea allows you to retire happily if you have the correct ambition. And it's a pretty nifty. Oh, it's an item. It requires all this stuff. And it will be created. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I've done this. The Song of the Sea. Did I ever do this in any of my previous playthroughs? I have no idea. The Song of the Sea. There's some notes about it, but I don't know if I've ever done it. Alright, what else? We got to that. You could sell your mansion. Do you really need a mansion? You don't have so very many things, do you? So it gives you a bunch of money. I don't know why you'd want to do that exactly. Oh, I do have heirlooms that I inherited from my previous character. So I have eight heirlooms. Are they in my hold? I do. Yeah, they're in my hold. A message transmitted through the medium of death. Okay. Not sure you qualified as a message, but what is this? Use this to increase your pages. Not sure how you use the Horizon Codex. One of my previous characters got the Horizon Codex, apparently. They also have a dream. I have a dream of Red, a chapter of the Crimson Book. Notorious compilation of love stories long sought by the masters of the bazaar. Here's the wheel I just bought. And here's the recent news I just got. An adumbration of her heart. The account of a certain submarine's crew dreams after their captain was allegedly taken by Ladybug. That was one of the endings, I think. Not sure exactly what this is, but I have it now. Okay. Is there like a back button in this game? No. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, so if I need money, I can sell the heirlooms. I don't know that I need money right now, but that's an option. This is where you retire. We already looked at that. Okay, let's go back to the city. Okay, so that's the study. That's my house. Let's see, what else can we do here? Labyrinth of Tigers. The Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of Far Manderley, the Thing in the Mirror, the Cantagaister's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhabitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend, NB the Magnificent. Recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. One thing you can do here is you can sell a harlot fry for 500 echoes, providing a rare creature to the labyrinth. I don't have any harlot fries. So it's a way to make money. I'm pretty sure I have this in my notes. This is the Labyrinth of Tigers. Yep, 500 echoes for a live specimen. And then harlot for one harlot fry. So you can either spend money to gain, yeah, you can spend 500 echoes to gain a live specimen. So that might be useful somewhere in the game. And then you can also sell them a harlot fry for 500 echoes. Okay, well, I don't know what if I need, or I don't know if I need any live specimens at the moment, but if I do, I can come back. Okay, and there's a passenger waiting for me. Let's see what he wants. The anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. He has no money, so the other captains have no interest, but he's a passionate youth and promises that his studies of Lorn Flakes will be rewarding enough. Unlocked with a passage, quest passage 3, and a quest passage no more than 3. You have 3. Okay. Sure, you can go ahead and get on my ship. Welcome aboard. He jumps for joy as you agree to take him aboard. Thank you, thank you. Please take me to Hunter's Keep right away. A Lorn fluke, dead Lorn fluke washed ashore. I'm doing my thesis on them. Do you know they can digest human memory? And I may never have a better chance to study one up close. Bound for Hunter's Keep. Okay. So I have a passenger. Is he in my hold? He is not. Is he an officer? He is not. He is in my journal, I'm sure. Here he is. No. Well, let's make a note. I already forgot it was Hunter's Keep, right? Make sure we take some notes here, because I don't even know where to find that if I did want to do it. Okay, take passenger to Hunter's Keep. All right, I think we've done everything in London. We can go to the shop to see what London sells. So there's actually a bunch of different shops in London. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different shops in London. You can buy fuel. Currently I have 10. You can buy flares. Flares are used to reveal location. I don't know how valuable those are. You can buy more supplies. You can buy more candles. So a big part of this game is buying and selling goods. So it's a story game, but the story revolves around things that are in your inventory. Or at least I wouldn't say it revolves around it, but that's the way you could advance a number of stories. I sold my advice for captains. I did that earlier. If I had Sunless fruit, I could sell it here for 50. You can sell fuel for 50. So here you can buy fuel for 10 and sell for 2. So this is an important part of the game. You need fuel and supplies to move around. And you need to buy fuel and supplies to get from where you want to go, from where you are to where you want to go. So a big part of the game is knowing like where to get more fuel, and different towns sell fuel and supplies for different prices. This is more of the mechanics of the game. So again, it's mostly a story game, but like understanding the mechanics is also important if you want to play well. So basically the mechanics are around fuel and supplies. So here you can buy Foxfire candles for 40. Just out of curiosity, Foxfire candles. I'll just search for Foxfire. So like for example, in a different town called Apis Meat, or Apis Meat, you can buy Foxfire candles for 30, whereas here they sell for 40. So if you really wanted to stock up on Foxfire candles, like maybe you wanted to go into this, descend into this basement with flames, which requires 5 Foxfire candles, you might want to buy them from the town that sells them for 30 instead of one that sells them for 40. This is just an example. Again, when you actually start the game, you have no money. So this character has $1,000 already, so normally you wouldn't be buying candles right away. This place sells them for 35, according to my notes. There's at least one place where you use them to explore further. Again, I'm just kind of looking over my notes. Maybe I'll buy one just to have one with me. I mean, the other places you can buy them from that I have in my notes are like selling for like 30 and like 35, so it's not like a huge difference. And 40. This one takes 10. Maybe there's something here that might take 10 candles. Well, maybe I won't buy them. I don't know if I need them or not, but you can buy them here. I don't know if I need more fuel or supplies either. What else can we buy? This is where you sell a bunch of stuff at the Wolf Stock Exchange. Although it says here, trading here will only earn you slim profits. You should seek other opportunities. Basically, it's telling you don't sell these things here unless you really need the money. I'm sure I have all these in my notes here. Let's see. Back up to the London section. This is the Wolf Stack Exchange. I guess I didn't write down that you can buy all these things here. Interesting. Maybe I'll take a note of that. Because if I come across a quest that wants like mushroom wine, for example, it'd be good to know that this stuff is in town. But I'm not gonna write all this stuff down. Alright, you can buy torpedo components, ammunition for torpedo salvos. So one thing about my character is I started with this gun. It's a deck weapon. So it replaced this is the starter deck weapon. So my legacy, I inherited this one from my previous character. This one does 8 hull damage, 8 life damage, whereas this one does 18 hull damage, 18 life damage. Just an upgraded gun. But I don't know what type of ammo the guns use. This is a forward weapon. This boat can't even hold. So one of the things I need to do is get a better boat. So let's go to the shipyard actually, because this is a really small boat. It doesn't have a forward weapon. It doesn't have an aft weapon. Let's look at the shipyard. So this is my current boat, the Lorelei. Other boats you can do, you can buy the. There's an even cheaper boat, which would give me money, but it's like not even a real boat, right? Like it can only hold 5 things in the hold. Holding things in the hold is very important because you have to, like I say, you have to. You're basically a trader, right? Like you're going between the different cities and like buying and selling things. Anyways, this current one I have here, yep, 40 hold. Now there's this one which has less hold, less hull, less weight, a -10 to iron. It probably consumes less fuel, I'm guessing. It's a cutter instead of a steamer. It's probably faster or something. It does have a forward gun slot. We can't actually afford any of these. I only have 1,000 echoes. Okay, so I'm not actually very rich. I can't even afford like the second boat. Like this is the boat that I started with. I was trying to like, in my mind, I was like, how rich am I? I guess not very rich. Because I like the Dreadnought's 29,000, 14. Okay, so I do have to start with a starter boat, basically. I can't afford to buy a better boat right away. Okay, well, that's good to know. I mean, I could sell some of my heirlooms. How much is it worth? You will usually get slightly less than the item was originally worth. Warning, if you die without a will. Well, let's sell one just to see what happens. You've gained 956 echo. Okay, so they're worth about 1,000 each. So I have 7 more. So essentially I have about $9,000 or 9,000 echoes, 9,000 money, the currency of the bazaar, and thus the currency of London. Couldn't tell you exactly what the bazaar is, but that's what it says. Okay, so if I need money for this character, I can sell these echoes. I don't think it's really enough to buy a better ship. I mean, I could, okay, yeah, I definitely could buy. Maybe maybe I do want to get a better ship because, like I said, the hull capacity in particular is very annoying at the beginning of the game, from what I remember. This one's huge, 120, 3 times. It's like a ponderous, so it's basically like a cargo ship. There's a frigate, is more like a combat ship, like a naval ship. It does have more hold capacity. This would be a good one to have, I think. It's strong, like a pretty good hull. Has all the weapon slots. Of course, I think the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one doesn't have a forward slot. And then of course there's the Dreadnought at 29,000. Couldn't buy this even if I sold. I said I had about 7,000 total. I could maybe buy this, but it's like slow. Maybe I'll just buy the Corvette because it's only 3,000, and you get to trade in your previous ship anyway. And it's might be a while before I can get up to like the frigate or the Dreadnought. And having a nicer boat is definitely. It's the same hull capacity. It's twice as heavy. That means it's going to burn more fuel, I think. I can hold more crew. Do I want to buy this actually? Let's do one. Let's stick with the starting ship. I have such a good gun anyway, like because I started the game with this legacy, that having additional guns may not be as important right away. So maybe I'll just stick with the first ship just to see how it goes. Like I said, I haven't played this game like almost 10 years, so Okay, so these are four. So I don't have a slot. So I have a slot for what? What did I have a slot for? I said. Sorry, I have an auxiliary and a bridge slot. So if I wanted to buy something for the auxiliary and the bridge slots, I haven't even like started playing the game yet. I'm still on the first hand. But anyways, this is where we're at. Four weapon, deck weapon, four weapon. Okay, so these are all weapons. This is stuff you sell. You can sell the We Are Clay here. You can buy the Ratus Faber Assistant. In combat, Ratus Faber Assistants can be deployed for quick repairs as dangerous work done in the back. It's like a combat thing. I don't have a forward weapon. I don't have an aft slot. I can't afford these $5,000 engines. 5,000 echoes. Sorry, I'll try not to say dollars. So these are different engines you can buy. Okay. You can also buy a secure park compartment, which goes on your aft. Again, I don't have an aft slot on this ship. I just have an auxiliary and a bridge. I have the elderly steeple engine, a battered rusting mechanism that will ensure your ship goes in more or less the correct direction. 800 engine power. But I could also buy, that's this one, right? Yeah, this is the one I have, the elderly steeple engine. Could buy a better one here. So this one is 1,000 engine power for $500. 500 echoes. Could buy a secure, I don't have an ass slot. 1,500 engine power. It's almost double of my current one. 2,000 engine power. I think when you buy a new ship from the shipyard, I think you get to keep your engine, so you can buy the engine now and then upgrade the ship later. It does seem like it would be worth it to at least get maybe this one. Yeah, look, this one's $1,000 difference, but it's only 500 engine power. Whereas buying this first 1,000, I'm going from 800 to 1,500, so it's like a 700. I'm basically getting 700 engine power for 1,000. I'm only getting 200 engine power here for 500. That's not a very good deal. Okay, yeah, well, let's probably buy that one. Let's just take a quick look at the rest of the shops here before we spend all our money. These are bridge slots. These are lights. I don't have a bridge slot, right? Oh, I do have a bridge slot. Okay, so I can buy a light for my ship. We should probably do that. Mirrors 1. Mirrors 3. Veils -1. I don't have a ton of money. I probably won't buy the 1,000 one. I'm not sure if I should buy the soft glim lamp or the Whitthorn optical. Mirrors and veils. I currently have more mirrors and veils for what that's worth. Different stats. So if I spend 500 for the soft glim lamp and I spend 1,000 for this, I'll have basically 600 left. Well, let's definitely buy this. Like, we looked at this one. This was definitely worth it. I can sell my elderly steeple engine for 10. Not that that's worth a whole lot. Let's start with the... We'll just start with the cheap one. It sells back for 50 anyway, so... Not 100% sure how this is all going to work out. Alright, so we got a better engine. We got some lights. We don't have an auxiliary thing. I don't think there was one that I wanted to buy. There was that Rabbis Faber Assistant. I don't know if that's an auxiliary, so it doesn't say that it is. Okay, well, let's buy some... I don't have auxiliary slots. No, I do have auxiliary slots. Okay. I could buy some nets. Don't know. Okay, so these are for fighting other ships that use torpedoes against you. So there's other ships, but there's also monsters in the water. Don't know if I need that yet. But I did want to buy some flares, I think. I'll just buy a couple, I guess. I don't exactly remember what they do. But I'm sure they'll be good to have. Okay, well I think we are finally ready to leave London and go on our first voyage. So, let's do it. How do I play this game? Launch E. Okay, so how do I control? Okay, it's keyboard controls. We have engine speed. Somewhere it shows your speed. Let me see if I can remember how. So you can toggle the lights on and off. What is this tutorial? Oh, this is this thing? Okay. We can get rid of it. Yeah, we looked at this before. That'll be fine. Alright, so we're leaving Fallen London. There's a way to change your speed here. Oh, there's full power to the engines, repair your ship. There's the bat we talked about, the chart. Here we are in Fallen London. That's the game map, basically. So we're looking for, let's pause for a second. We want to go to Hunter's Keep, and then I want to start going to the Iron Republic. Also, this guy wants to go to the Sea of Lilies, and in Port Carnelian we can learn about the converting to a submarine to go underwater. So I don't remember where all these things are, but let's go ahead and take a look. So there's light in the world. Oh, I love the music in this game. It's very good. So as it gets darker, your terror goes up. But when you're in the light, it goes up slower, I believe. That's how it works. There's a boat over there. I don't remember how you control your speed. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. It's this thing up here. Okay, so 0, I'm going forward. Okay. It's your hull and your fuel. Your hunger. Okay, so I got the something awaits you thing. Let's pause for a second. I think I want to talk to these guys while I have something awaits. Not this guy, right? No, but this guy maybe. Yeah, something awaits. So let's chase the engine from the Bloomington from your engine room. Gusts of laughter sound within. Your crew might be happy, but they're not working, so they're talking to the Bloomington. A game of chase. The engine room is in an uproar. The crew run to and fro, chasing your warbling Bloomington under the tables and behind machines. It dives into a complicated knot of pipework. The engineer reaches in to grab it, and a scalding burst of steam catches your arm. Sorry, Captain, they say, clenching their jaw. Didn't hear you come in. Just fixing a pipe. Your Bloomington emerges from a vent near the floor and sidles out. You'll deal with it later. Okay, I don't exactly know what that did. What about the other dude? What about the ferret? You can play with your ferret. Today it seems a little livelier. Okay. It knows how you taste. Okay, that doesn't really. There's nothing to really do with this. My current career. Sometimes, like I said, when you have the something awaits, then you can trigger interesting stories. But I don't have anything currently to trigger. All right, let's continue. Go up to. Let's just stick at 1 speed for now. I think we can talk to this guy. Let's go see what this guy does. I think he's a naval ship for London, kind of guarding the waters out here. Let's see what he's got going on here. It's the light ship, far from home. Its clear bright beam warms the way. Speak to the crew. They long for news of home. I have recent news. I just came from town. You can also purchase fuel here for 20. I think it was only 10. So it's twice the usual price. So if you really need fuel and you need to, and you're going to be stranded. Tea beneath the light. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes. Okay, so you can lose terror here. You can exchange recent news, chat with them, and you lose some of your terror and you gain a Z story. Z stories are sort of a currency in Unterzee. Strange truths are told of the ways and what lies beneath. The lies are even stranger. Okay. Not much else to do here. There's just like a safety net, basically, if you need fuel. We found Rorena's rocks. Discovered that. 50 fragments. Fragments are used to get secrets, I believe. Yeah, you get secrets from fragments. Basically just exploring the world. When you're in the light, it's green. I think your terror goes down when you're in the light. I think it goes up when you're not. The Born Vedas Pillar. Corsair's Forest. It's better to stay near the light if you can. Keeps your terror from rising. Also, I think having your own light on burns fuel faster, so you can turn it off when you're in other lights. Turn my light back on. So just exploring, getting different fragments, exploring the map a bit, looking for ports. I said I wanted to go south, and I'm already not going south. Okay, there's a ship over there. What is this? A tooth-cracking treasure. A chunk of grit baked in your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but the object turns out to be a diamond. Small and badly flawed, but a diamond nevertheless. They all hush. Diamonds are sacred to the stone, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be luck for us. Could hang on to it. You're not going to throw a diamond to the Z. Or you could do the careful thing and throw it into the water. You might not be... You're not going to throw a diamond to the Z to appease some nameless god. Do the careful thing. What? I mean, I don't know... I'll hold the... Okay, so I got money. I now know something of the three gods of sea. Stone, storm, and salt. And I gained 1 terror. Okay. There's a ship over there. I don't know if they're friendly or not. I don't remember how combat works in this game. I'm gonna stay away from the ship. I didn't actually want to go to the east. I wanted to go south. I ended up getting a little distracted already. I'm also looking to get rid of this passenger, which I think was at Hunter's Rock or something. I think, if I remember, it usually spawns north of the starter town. This looks like a town over here. Following the lights is just like min-maxing fuel. Gator's Morn. Okay, well one guy wanted to go to Gator. This guy I think wants to go to the cook wants to go to Gator's Morn. Guess we'll go there while we're here. Where's the dock though is the question. Does it show on the map? I think it would be like this type of a symbol. So it's not along the south here, so let's head north. I've started with 6 supplies, I've gone down to 5. I started with 10 fuel, I'm already down to 7. Maybe I should have bought some more fuel barrels before I left. I think this is the dock here. Yeah, so they can go faster, but your fuel burns faster. I'm not sure if it's like more economical to go at 1 speed versus 2. Gator's Morn, step carefully. This is it. Gator's Morn is a stalagmite fast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the exit strain, and your ship rises slowly from the Z. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to the stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the Unterzee shimmers like glass below. Children clamoring in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. An evening at the errant limpet. A drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Gator's Morn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. So it's going to cost 50 echoes probably. It will consume the something awaits you that I have. And you have to have at least 1 terror. It is a tough challenge because my Veil's quality is lowish, so it's only a 37% chance of success. You can explore the Morn. Again, this consumes your something await. There's a surprising quality of actual landscape in the Morn's verticality admittedly, but once you find the Beast Pass and ancient roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor with an additional throat full of lurching terror. Pay the lowering docker his strategic information. Oh, this was the strategic information quest. That's right. The cook wanted to go to Sea of Lilies, but the strategic information quest was for Gator's Morn. Okay. So we're definitely going to do that. You can also refuse to pay for the information. I do have high hearts and iron. Could be interesting to see what happens if you refuse to pay for it. I can overhear rumors of a pirate poet. Can gather intelligence, 30% chance. I cannot collect my ill-gotten gains because I don't have a pirate's pleasure. Have you been sending stolen ships to Corsairs Forest? No, I have not. You can introduce Blemmingtons to the Morn. I don't have any Blemmingtons. Well, this guy is a Blemmington Gallivanter, but I don't have a docile Blemmington. So many nooks, so many crannies, so many villains. It seems only appropriate. So you can introduce mushrooms to this town. Currently, they don't have any Blemmingtons. Let's see what happens if we refuse to pay for the information. Normally, I would just play it safe, but like again, this character has high iron and high hearts. He's not a very subtle character, although he is have pretty high pages as well. A shrug. Can't blame you for trying. I wants to get home. Sick of this place. London, eh? How is the old monster? Wait, they'll see. Here's your report. I'm off. The report is very legible. Perhaps that's part of the code. The Admiralty will know. Okay, so we completed the commission. So we've completed this. Next time we'll have a different one. So the only other thing we can do is we can use, or the other things we can do, we can try to do this thing. I think it might be a place to lose terror. I don't really have, I only have one terror. Let's just do the explore the Morn and see what happens. In fact, I probably already wrote down what happens here. Let's go look at Gator's Morn. Let's see. An evening at the limit will basically exchange 50 echoes from -5 terror. You don't really need that right now. If you explore the Morn, it goes into this series of decisions. There's one where you can lose terror. There's one where you can gain terror, a tail of terror, and also just 5 terror. You can also spend a Z story, a tail of terror, to get -2 terror and 50 fragments, which is part of the way to get another secret. If I had 69 more, I would gain a secret. Okay, well, let's go explore the Morn. I definitely don't need to do this one. You always want to use your something awaits you whenever you're in port, because you'll get another one when you're at sea. Okay, it's this dude. You turn, there's a long, lank brown man at your shoulder. Listen, he says, I have a story for you. Something about the gray beard compels your attention. Leave, don't look back, or turn the situation around. I don't have a tale of terror. I think this is going to give me a tale of terror, basically, right? But that's fine. Something about the gray beard compels your attention. A rambling tale. His story has a wedding full of murders and a leafless forest, and a vast serpent which each souls. The tale winds on and on like the serpent, until you are lost in the dizzy toils of its sinister ships and its glamorous corpses. You're not awake, he's gone. But not, it seems, before searching your pockets for small change. So he's still 2 of my echoes. I've gained 5 terror, but I now have a tale of terror. Recall it, then light a candle, and maybe light another. That's all for now. Yeah, so you can use one story, basically. I've lost the something awaits status. So now you can't do this because I don't have something. I don't need to lose it. Let's see what this one is. Overhear rumors of a pirate poet. Landlubbers fear pirates. Pirates fear the poet. Lies, nonsense, and glimmers. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself from the power of verse, with the power of verse possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus-class vessel. Whatever the truth, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is set to fly. Okay. I have heard this. She hunts far from London, picking off both other pirates and travelers who have sailed too far. I could try to gather intelligence. Let's see what my notes say about that. Gather intelligence. If you fail, you lose crew and gain a tale of terror. I don't know what happens if you succeed, because I apparently never succeeded. It unlocks... Oh, it's how you get the port report. So, like I was saying, part of the meta of this game is you go to different ports and you get the reports and you come back to London and sell them. Oh, we'll give it a try, I guess. Failed. Try again, you may have better luck. Gained 5 terror and lost a crew. Okay, well, it's repeatable. No, it's not repeatable. You only get one try. Okay. Well, I need to raise my veils at some point if I want to be able to gather port reports from Gators Morn. I guess it's basically like a pirate haven. People here are kind of like piratey. We're going to take a look at the shops. They sell fuel here for 30. It's pretty expensive. Supplies for 40, that's pretty expensive. You can buy Sunless fruit, don't know what that's used for. Not going to buy it. You can buy a concealed compartment if I had an aft. So it's like kind of like a smuggling thing. Yeah, you can sell illicit goods here. And of course, you can't expect to get a fair price. So you can sell illegal goods here. Not a very good price for fuel, I don't think. Do I have it? No, yeah, so so 30 for a fuel, 40 for supplies. That's pretty high, I think. I don't think I want to buy those. Alright, well, we are off. I still want to head... I don't have a ton of fuel. I'm not going to do a big... exploring mission here on the first get-go. I didn't even remember how much fuel I needed to play this game, really. Fed the crew. Discovered Patrick's lot. It's got a light on it, so lights are good again because you can... keeps your terror from going up. So let's head more to the west. We don't really need to go north at the moment. Head to this light over here. Terror's rising. Turn the light on. Terror goes... So there's like red and orange. So orange is rising slowly. Green, it's going down. If I turn off my light, go back to orange. Goes to red, I assume, when you're in the dark. Still orange. Oh, there, yeah, then I turned to red. I got a secret. Okay, so I got one secret. Discovered Hunter's Keep. Hunter's Keep, I think, is where I had to deliver one of those dudes. So let's go ahead and... And also I have something awaits, so I definitely want to dock in the port. Hunter's Keep, a grand isle, a quiet isle, a grand old house. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other Unterzee islands, but here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns and possibly green and lush in the false starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides, and unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest of lavender. Inspect the lorn fluke with the ancient university student. It lies on the shore just beyond a hill. You can just make out the fluke's spikes over the grass. Well, let's definitely do that. That was the passenger dude we picked up, so let's see what he does. The ancient student rushes by you, whooping, but he stops on the hilltop. On the shore, standing before the mass of dead needles, is a drowny in a Nusian postal uniform. He glowers up at you. This is not where the fluke belongs, the drowning cries in a plummy voice. It's to be taken elsewhere. It already has a delivery label, that means I have to deliver it. So they're like postmen, basically. I think they're mice. I think the Nuncian are like a race of rodents. The student sneers. Sod your label, citizen. Help me haul the beast to Station 3. My advisor at the college has arranged room there for its dissection and study. My work will benefit us all. Who will the corpse go to? It is rare something so awful washes up on shore. There's only one fluke. They can't both have it. You can transport the fluke to Station 3, or you can transport it to Nuncio. It is labeled, after all. My character is a soldier, a veteran of a war. He's strong, but not devious. What would he do? He is interested in esoteric and occasionally practical knowledge. This is more like a rule follower type thing. Like it has a label after all. But I think he'd be interested in knowledge. The Lauren, loaded with extreme caution, the Lauren fluke is tied. The Lauren fluke is like a big monster of the sea. The Lauren fluke is tied by very reluctant sailors to drag behind your stern on your deck. The anxious student twitches with delight. I can't believe what we have. I'm just. His hand tightens on the railing. The drowning postman stares at both of you. It's natural for corpses to grimace, but when the corpse is still alive and actively upset at you, it's additionally distressing. The drowning postman? Okay, station 3. Okay, so let's update our quest here. So we took the passenger under chief, so now it's basically take Lorne Fluke to station 3. I'll highlight that. I like to highlight the names of the places I'm trying to go to, so it's easy to like take at a glance. See what ports I want to dock into. Station 3. Is that my hold? It is not in the hold. You can use the strategic information you got. That's the thing I got. You can use it for something. What happens if you use it? Oh, okay. Assemble vital intelligence. So you can assemble vital intelligence out of strategic intelligence. But to do so, you would need more mirrors than I have to make sense of them. Deception, detection, and perception. I am not very perceptive, so I can't do any of these. Okay, well, maybe later on I'll have more mirrors and I can. I'll make a note of that. Do I have this? Vital intelligence. Vital intelligence. Oh, I'll probably forget later on, so I just wanted to like see if I had notes of like how to get it. I'll just make a quick note of it here. Assemble vital intelligence. Use strategic intelligence. And hold. You need to see requires 40 mirrors. 40x mirror. Requires 40x mirrors. Requires 30x mirrors. And a move of the great game and 2 strategic information. 1x move of the great game, 2x strategic information. This one is 1z story and 2 strategic information. 1x z story. I don't remember how they spelled it. 2x strategic information. Yep. And then this one is memory or distant shores and 2x. Okay, so they're all take 2. They just convert different types of things you can get throughout the game. But that's good to know. Perhaps not. I was just trying to see like this thing that I just hauled behind us. It's this thing. There are powers. I have heard of one of the gods of the sea. But I'm not sure where it reflects the fact that I am now towing. Oh, I did get a port report. Oh, so I did get the port report, but I also gained terror. So it was like basically the price. Secrets, the root of all good. Discuss secrets with your officers to improve your skills. You can speak to your officers by right-clicking on their portraits. Yeah, this guy can improve hearts, but only up to 30 or something, so I can't do that. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else to do here. Oh, there's more to do here. Never mind. Oh, so that was on the shore. That was on the shoreline. But now we can go into the actual town. You can present yourself at the house. They have heard of your ship. Why hide? Unlocked when you know something of Hunter's Keep. You can walk in the gardens. Take a couple burly sailors with you just in case, but the gardens are tranquil in the moonlight. You can reconnoiter the island to get the port report. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, and well tucked away in the folds. Anything else? Well, we definitely want the port report. So let's go ahead and reconnoiter. Is that how you spell that? Reconnoiter the island. The sea's silence. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle. The house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. Alright, I have the port report of Hunter's Keep. Could spy on the house. My veils are relatively low, but it's a higher % chance. Could walk in the gardens. I could blend yourself with the house. Well, being as someone who's played this game before, what would I do? I don't have any recent news. Unfortunately, I spent it already. That was something I got in town. This is all stuff that I don't actually know any of these do. Okay, well let's present ourselves. Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor where 3 young women sit. A visitor, the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in time for lunch. Will you join us? You are now acquainted with the sisters. I could luncheon with Cynthia. She's the eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. I could luncheon with Lucy. She's the middle sister, sunny, restless, and prone to giggles. Or Phoebe, soft voice, watchful, unpredictable. If I had news, which I don't, I could tell her of them. So Cynthia will give you iron if you're less than 70. At 69. Also a tale of terror, 1 supply, and the salt. And salt's one of the gods. I don't know if having salt's attention is good or bad, but that's what happens. Phoebe, I will reduce my terror. Gain storm's attention, a different god. Supplies and a memory of distant shores. Lucy will give you stone's attention. Okay, so each one will give you the attention of one of the gods. Stone, storm, or salt. Minus 10 terror, 1 supply, and they all give you a supply. Lucy's numerically seems one of the best because you can get rid of 10 terror. But Cynthia gains you iron up to 70. I feel like I should do that first because I'm already at 69. So let's go ahead and luncheon with Cynthia. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop? Cynthia asks. You barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry. I've gained terror. So basically she's told me a tale of terror. Story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Gained supplies. Lost hunger, because we ate. Iron remained unchanged at 69. And now I have salt's attention. It is watching you, if it even exists. Okay, so I didn't actually gain iron. But I could have, apparently. But I did not. So now I have the port report for Hunter's Keep. I have salt's attention. It's watching you, if it even exists. It is a god after all. I am now acquainted with the sisters. You've been known to visit the 3 sisters. Parlor's empty because I don't have something awaits. So basically nothing is going to happen. I can look at it, but the maid makes it clear through a series of unwelcoming growls that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all indisposed. So what is the meta of this place, of Hunter's Keep? So each of them are associated with one of the sea gods. I wonder if they're like aspects of the gods or something. Don't know. Alright, let's swing back through London, drop off these 2 port reports, get a new strategic information quest, and then I want to, like I said, I want to focus on the Iron Republic, so I'm going to go down to the south, which is where I believe, I remember from previous playthroughs, that's where the Iron Republic is. Low Barnett, there's a dock here. Let's go check out Low Barnett. Oh, is it that? That might be underwater. That might be a submarine dock. Yeah, this is an underwater dock, I think. But I don't have a submarine yet. Can't do that. You guys want to sail at least until you get something away, although it usually pops up relatively frequently. Here we are at the shores of fallen London. Navigating around their pier. The Wolfstack docks. Like I said, a lot of this game is kind of chill, just sailing through the sea. It has really good music when the music turns on, although sometimes it's quiet. Oh, speaking of which, I think there's some. I was gonna say I didn't have something awaits yet, so I wanted to do a little more sailing, just so I got that. I think this is just a dead end, but I'm just gonna explore this little section here once and see what's down here. Found the Department of Menace Eradication and the Echo Bazaar. I don't know if you can sail through this. I'm gonna slow down. You cannot. Okay, you cannot sail through there. There is the Echo Bazaar. Fallen London itself is like a web game, I believe. You play it on their website. I've actually never played it out though. I really enjoy the lore in this game. Maybe I should play it. Alright. Oh, yeah, we're already down to 3 fuel. I definitely need to buy more fuel next time. 10 was not enough to really go anywhere. I mean, you can buy more at the other towns, but like, they cost more usually. Anyways, let's see here. So basically, the tax, the dockman here, her custom service. That's right. Her Enduring Majesty's Custom Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. Let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. I don't have any sunlight-filled mirror boxes. I don't have any unstamped crate of brilliant souls. I don't have any romantic literature. So this will reduce your suspicion. It is no more than 5. I don't even know where suspicion shows up. I don't think I have any suspicion, as far as I know. You can declare all your goods, pay the customs duty, surrender any smuggled spylight. I don't have any suspicion, or you can try to hide them. I definitely don't need to do this. Like I said, I don't think I even have. Oh, if you had Admiralty Favored 5, you could talk your way out of it. I don't have that. Is there any difference between these two? Let's see. Let them do their worst. You don't have anything to hide. Or declare your goods. I don't have any control goods, so it hasn't changed because it's already lower than 5. Yeah, vexed and frustrated. They roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last, they leave. Yeah, I didn't have any suspicion. Returning to London, the lights of London welcome you home. This storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect messages from the Harbour Master. So if you had 51 terror, you've been out for longer, you'd have a chance to get a breath of relief. I don't have that. So instead I'll just collect messages from the Harbour Master. All the clatter and song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Let's see. What's this? Someone awaits you. Something has changed in the neath. The something awaits you quality went away. That's all for now. You have one of this. Another day, a free evening. Time away from captain's duties. How will you spend it? You get one of these each time you return to London. The Rose Market bustles on Roser's Wharf. Who will be there today? A market for collectors and eccentrics throngs on Roser's Wharf. Alright, well, what do we got here? Let's look at this. We don't have a surgeon. We have a chance to get an officer, looks like. Consider a specialist surgeon. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at Z. I can employ the clattery air. Her talents could be well employed on your vessel. It's only 30 echoes. She's a doctor who increases hearts and iron. Well, I definitely want iron. So yeah, I don't see why I wouldn't welcome her aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Phone your officer. Okay. Let's go ahead and appoint a surgeon. You can try to talk to her. So you can dine with her for one supply if you want to learn about her. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a tined instrument, pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. Invite her to dine with you. Increase your hearts up to 100. Spend a secret, but only if she... But you have to know more about her, I think, because it's currently locked. You can propose to her, despite her ironical eye. If you're not already romancing someone else, you can try to romance her. Might do that later on. We may as well dine with her. We're at town. We can always buy more supplies while we're here anyway, so. Precise bite sizes. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, body, and head, she renders a dozen neat bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom or pinned together with a needle of chitin. Perhaps she has missed calling as a chef? She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth in those. My learning quality is now alerted to rumors about their parentage. You've grown closer. Is that safe? Who knows? Her father. So if I have a strange catch, I talk to her about her father. I can actually spend secrets now with her to improve hearts, because now that I know about her. But if I had if I had a strange catch, so I guess I could put this on the to-do list. So I might already have this written down. The clattery air. One strange catch. Yeah, so basically I'm here. I'll bulb this for now. Don't have a strange catch. Okay, I need to go to the Admiralty's office to give in my reports. The report of Gator's Morn, the pirate fleets of the forest. So you get echoes. Okay, so you gain 1 fuel per port report. So the more port reports you have before you come back, the more fuel you get for free. Well, not for free, but I mean, that's what... Oh, you also get 30 echoes. Okay, so you get money and fuel. And 1 favor. You've done service for the Admiralty, and they will not forget it. Okay, so we told them about Hunters... We told them about Gator's Morn. We told them about Hunter's Keep. I trust the Keeper's sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of Her Enduring Majesty, notionally. Oh, only 5 echoes. Okay, so different port reports are worth more or less. So this one, Hunter's Keep is closer. I guess that's why it was probably worth less. I do have strategic information. I brought that back. Let's see what they give you for that. It sends you up to the Dark Speckled Admiral. You're ushered into his office off Mansion's Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you from that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. He will purchase intelligence from you. This is for if you need to repair your ship, or actually fuel. 1 point of favor will give you 2 to 3 fuel. I don't have that favor. I can pass on the strategic information. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Vital intelligence, this is what we looked at. There's a ways to assemble vital intelligence. Yeah, we looked at a little bit of that earlier. We already did this. We already submitted our port reports. You can submit revelatory charts. We don't have any of those. We don't have any moves in the great game. We can ask him what he desires. Information. Visit a port will be interested in the port report. Visit places of particular interest will be interested in strategic information you gain. We'll pay you, don't worry. We understand this can't be accepted out of love for the Empire. What's left of it. Okay, well let's definitely submit our strategic information. He sits up, although he steeples his fingers and pretends calm. Invisible eyes. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you've paid. 150 echoes. And one more favor. Now 3. Okay, so we want to get the next objective from him. Is there anything in particular you need? From the Cumean Canal, south along the coast. Well, that's the direction I want to go anyway, so let's make a note of that. Cumean Canal is our next strategic information objective. Cumean with another A in there. Okay. Good to know. If I had red honey, I could give him red honey. But I do not. Return to the docks. Oh, now I can visit the university. I may as well spend my first secret to do this. I think this unlocks a new area. I only have the one secret, but I may as well... Well, let's look at the other stuff first before we do that. Okay, so we can reduce our terror by carousing on the docks. Cost 10 echoes. Unlocked when there's a child in London. Oh, when you don't have children, basically. Unlocked when you have a free evening. Can hire more crew. I probably will have to hire more crew. I did lose one. Repair your ship. This guy wants to go north. Again, I haven't decided I want to go north yet. Let's take a look at the Rose Market. Rose. It bustles on Rose's Wharf. Perhaps you can find a buyer for the curiosity you found in Z. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. People at the Rose Market will pay above the usual price for specific goods. Someone's looking for an unread log. Don't have that. Someone's looking for shintalak. Don't have that. You could escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market, and they hope to make a satisfying trade. So usher a new day and perhaps new buyers. Okay, so you could spend your free evening to get different buyers, I guess. So I don't really have anything to sell anyway, so I don't see like I want to spend my evening on that. But if I had particular things I was looking to sell in the hold, maybe I would do that. Okay, so that's all we can do at the Roser's Wharf. Who's this little fellow here? A little gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My what you might call mentor is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation, on account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser, on the dock, stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Accept the dispensation. Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold. Where does it show? Here, no, it's hull. Where does it show how much space you have in the hold? I mean, I know I can hold 50 or 40 or something, and I have 9, 10, 13. I need to sell this gun. It's taking up space in my hold. But I have at least 15, because it can hold... well, in the ship art, it says it can hold 40. I feel like it must show you numerically how much out of 40 I currently have occupied, but it's definitely less than 40. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river. What is much patronized by sailors and men of wit and vinegar, a public house. And there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly and suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you, return the kindness. I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Okay, well, I mean, I don't see any reason not to accept some free supplies. 10 fuel, 5 supplies, and I've accepted the proposal. A shadowy figure has made you an offer. Oh, I gained 1 suspicion for that. Okay. Oh, you rapscallion. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or conduct with rough sorts. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. Okay, well, now I do have 1 suspicion. A courteous nod. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct you might require. Good evening to you. He salutes, and he's gone. Okay. Well, that'll be a story to investigate at some point. Let's see. I haven't unlocked the recent news. Let's go and read the news. Gain some supplies, lose some terror. I could rest. It will give you 3 restful nights. For 100 echoes. That's actually a lot, though. I don't necessarily need to do that at the moment. I'm not retiring. Okay, let's visit the university. I haven't seen anything else I need to spend my secrets on, or my very first secret right away, so let's go see what this one does. Quite impressed. Oh yes, the university's maritime liaison whispers breathily. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain to you. He explains, teeth glinting. A new twist in your tale. You are now Favors Antiquarian. You've gained 1 pages. Okay, well that's good. I get a stat. The Alarming Scholar. The Alarming Scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly her... Is it a her? Appointment as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep his... Is it a his? Razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? If you have any knowledge items that the scholar buys, they appear below, so I can sell him my Z story, A Tale of the Deep. Tyrion Enigmas I don't have. Dread Surmises. 1 Tyrion Enigma I don't have. 7 Tyrion Enigmas I definitely don't have. If you choose this option, the scholar will become permanently available. Okay, well I don't have that. I also don't have Extraordinary Implications. Okay, we'll give him a Z story. So you lose a Z story. Difficult dictation. Thrilling, let me hear every detail. First I must find my fountain pen. Oh, how regrettable. It has a spider impaled on the nib. Excuse me. Let me... Good heavens! It's still alive. Pass me that volume of Gibbon. There we go. Do you have another pen? So basically, you can trade 1 Z story for 10 echoes, and it increases your favor. I need 1 more point to reach level 2. Okay, well. Good to know. I'll have to come back and tell them some more Z stories. Okay, so I still have my free night. I think the only thing I can do is cruise the docks, right? Yeah, I don't think... It was either that or the other thing, but I don't want to do the other thing, so let's do this. 10 echo. And I have no romance. A good night out. Sea shanties, good companionship, and the warmth of a pub fire. You were fortunate. Luck. You lost 5 terror. That's good. You lost 30 echoes. I thought it was only 10, but okay. You now have recent news. Didn't I already have that? And you've lost the free evening. So I lost 5 terror for 30 echoes. That doesn't seem like a very good trade, but I also got some recent news. I should hire some more crew probably. Lost terror, 30 echo, gain 2 crew. Okay. Rich pickings. Your tall tales find a ready audience. Scarred and seasoned men and women tramp aboard. Find places to sling in hammocks. Okay. So we're good on crew. You don't need to have full crew. You certainly can, but you don't need it. Nothing I need to buy in the shops. I can buy more fuel. Supplies. It says 3, but I have 15. If I close this, does it update? No. How do I... Am I ready to leave, I guess? Sure. Let's head out. Alright, so we want to head south. We have to find the Command Canal, and also I'm looking for the Iron... What do I call it? Iron Republic. Somehow I didn't explore this last time. Bad Stevener's Abyss. Oh, because I went north, I guess. Don't think we need our light on at the moment. There's a crab. So this is the combat. I forget how it works though. So I'm just gonna learn it. Suffered 2 damage. Do I have to click on it? Okay, so I shot my cannon. The Megalops has been defeated. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turned on its back, legs neatly folded, bluish blood gals from its womb. Its golden glow begins to dim. I can dissect it, or butcher it. Well, I don't need supplies. So yeah, let's dissect it for knowledge. Gain 25 fragments. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops, of one of the deep Z crab species. But its eye is normally vestigial in the troglodytic beasts are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. Okay, the megalops has been defeated. Could have got food from him, but I didn't need food at the moment. I discovered the Murray Straits. What is this island to the side over here, actually? What's this? Quaker's Haven, Mutton Island. Let's go dock at Quaker's Haven, get the port report. Where's the dock? Is this not the dock? I'm right next to the dock. Why can't... Oh, dock. Once this simple fishing village was part of London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind the town. A wandering parson. I would have to have a submarine for that. Drink to the Cock and Magpie. There's only one public house now, the Cock and Magpie. It's famed for its local cider and, of course, the Z food. 20 Echo. Explore the shore. Pick up a wretched Mog. This is a mascot. I already have a pretty good mascot at the moment, but I can do that if I want to. Chat to the fisherman. That's how I get the port report. Probably do that. Visit the hilltop. The air of the hilltop sometimes carries interesting scents that would consume my something awaits you. Can buy supplies. 30 echoes for a supply. I don't think I need... And maybe it's more than one. Let's see what notes I have about Quaker's Haven. Visit the hilltop can give you terror and maybe fragments. Drink the magpie will reduce your terror. Explore. There's different things you can do when you explore. Buy fuel. 20 echoes. I don't need to buy fuel for 20 echoes at the moment. Let's definitely get the port report first. Where's that at? Port report was this one? Yeah, chat to the fishermen. They sail the Z around the island. They mend their nets by the harbor. They see all that happens, but you'll need coin to open their mouths. Little ships and little secrets. Pirates plying the waves. Smugglers at the work. Connate ships putting into resupply. Nothing dramatic, but enough to interest the Admiralty. I lost 1 echo, and I gained the port report. Okay. Time is passing on Button Island. You have this. Do I want to explore the shore, or do I want to visit the hilltop? What notes did I write down here? So this hilltop is terror. Explore the shore looks more interesting. It has like a branching stuff according to my notes. Maybe we'll explore the shore first. Yeah, let's explore the shore. Consume our something awaits. Wander a little way along the shore from the dock. A glittering eye. You turn. Is this the same dude? It's the same dude. It's this guy again. Looks like this guy, but it's. I already did this event. It's gonna give me. Oh, if I hadn't sold my Z story to the scholar, I could have done this. Turn the situation around. No, I have stories for you. Do I want another tale of terror? It will increase my terror. What happens if I leave and don't look back? Let's find out what this does. Nothing. Okay, you basically just lose your... Something awaits you and gain nothing. Flee! You hasten along the beach. Words drift after you. Wetting of its teeth. Open children. Stop your ears. Go. So I didn't listen to his tale of terror. I don't need to reduce my terror. I don't need a wretched Mog at the moment. Although I should just pick it up in case there's really any quest involved with it, I suppose. What's that smell? It jumps down from your arms and disappears into the darkness of your ship. An hour later, 5 brutally executed rats are found on the foredeck. Okay, well he kills rats at least. That's something. Can't talk to him, unfortunately. Gives you 2 iron. It's a cat. It's perpetually ill-tempered, does not endear to the crew, but it does make it an effective ratter. Okay. I got a cat on my crew now. Oh yeah, nothing else to do here. Oh, I can look at the shops. There are no shops here. Well, you can buy goods like from the story events here instead, but I don't really need to buy goods at the moment. All right, well then let's be off. I haven't been using my bat. I forget exactly. I'm supposed to use it to find islands. Yeah, it says yeah there are no islands in range. What's this thing down here? Nothing. Let's head back to the. I'm trying to explore the land over here. So let's head back west again. We've entered a fog bank. Oh, there's another one of these megalops. Guess we'll kill this one as well. Boom, 1 shot, 1 kill. Let's butcher this one for supplies this time. Okay, you just lost hunger. Okay, that's not very... Okay, well I should have got the fragments instead. Okay, well, just wanted to see what would happen. Now something awaits. Discovered Bugsby's Marshes. That's up here. Another Megalops. If he was coming towards me, I would kill him. I'm not gonna like chase him. Okay, he's turning around now, but so if your hunger was high, eating them makes more sense. But here we are at the Kumean Canal. Well, he's here now, so let's just kill him. I'm not sure why his like nameplate is like moving away from. I'm definitely gonna dissect this one. I mean, I do have a decent amount of hunger. I'd rather have the 25 fragments. Discovered the Albertine Gates. We'll need to pick up some more supplies because I fed 3 to the cat for whatever reason. So I gotta keep an eye out if any of the ports I dock at have some good price for supplies. I definitely need to buy some. The Albertine Gates. Okay, doesn't like you can go into there, so this is the port over here. Let's go ahead and dock. Kumean Canal staging area. Here the dark waters run down from the surface from a brighter sea. The canal ascends through locks and gates and shadowed turns to the sunlight of the surface. We're currently under the surface, I guess. You can travel to the surface. The sun is dangerous to Neath dwellers like your crew, but the surface has its temptations. Sure, you are well stocked with supplies and fuel, which I am not. You have to have at least 22 fuel and at least 2 supplies, or you may never return. Well, I'm not. So I do need the port report, gather information for the port report. Let's do that. Business as usual, the gates open and shut, the locks remain free from sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe in all the Unterzee, it is here. The surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. Okay, so this is how you get to the surface. It's like the passage to the surface. I can oh, this is where I had my commission. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and row out and meet a contact at the foot of the Albertine Gates up here. The password is the Empire Remembers. In the shadow of the gates, a deeply tanned vagabond waits in a jolly boat. His clothes are ragged and his face is filthy, but his voice and manners are educated. His message is a string of numbers and the names of 7 towns in Essex, Shropshire, Cumbria. He insists that you repeat it back to him 3 times. He will not allow you to commit it to paper. Alright, I have the strategic information. Take that off the list of things to do. Well, the only thing to do with our something awaits is to listen for surface gossip, so go ahead and do that. Daylight would be a prime spot for a pub or a wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostilleries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with suntan surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires and the final isles. You now have one vision of the surface. In Venderbite, they're always eager for news of the surface. What? Don't I have to go to Venderbite? Yeah. I have a mission to go to Venderbite. Alright, well, nothing else to do here. Maybe someday I'll come back and travel to the surface. Good prices. Well, okay, it's a double. Wait, what did I say it was in London? I really should have written down what the cost of fuel was in London. Yeah, I didn't write it down. I definitely want. Well, I can always come back to you if I'm running on goods. But I have this written down, right? Command Canal. Command. I just search for canal. Shop. Fuel 20, supplies 30. Okay, yeah, I have it written down. There's stuff about traveling to the surface. Oh, you can also get a move of the Great Game instead of Vision of the Surface. Something awaits. Okay, well, if I need supplies, I can come back here. Maybe on my way back to London, if I'm low, I can get some stuff there. Just trying to fill in the map kind of along the edge here. Oh, I missed a section up here. I didn't get close enough to it. Oops, my bad. Discovered Hecatrine's Arch. Maybe I had my lights up. I think when you have your lights on, you get these discovered things, but if you have your lights off, maybe it doesn't. Not sure. I'm just kind of in the habit of toggling them on and off occasionally from back when I previously played for whatever reason. Like I said, I think it minimizes your fuel consumption. Like when none of these dots are full on the terror, you don't need to have your lights on because having the lights on reduces these little dots of terror. But when they're already at the base of it, you don't need to reduce because it's already at 0. There's like a whirlpool up there. I don't remember what maelstroms do in this game, or what whirlpools do in this game. I think they might. Yeah, I don't know. Iron Republic. Okay, this is what I want to focus on for this playthrough. So maybe I'll visit here and then take a break. It'll be a good stopping part for this video. But we'll take a look at what we got going on at the Iron Republic. Discovered Van Horn Harbor. The Iron Republic, Hell's client state. Be wary, their laws are not the laws of man or nature. Factory engines roar like false lions, blood thunders in the dock pipes, crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy, calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic. Freedom from all laws, even those of nature. I do have something awaits you. But I do not have 70 terror. Engage an officer, the irrepressible cannoneer. Okay, so this is a cannoneer. We don't have a gunnery officer. 20 echoes. Could probably do that first. Just seeing if there's anything else I want to do with my something awaits. It's going to consume my something awaits. I could reduce terror. Or I can listen, but I can't do this. Okay, we'll get the gunnery officer here. Engage an officer, the irrepressible cannoneer. Citizen, are you looking for a gunner? I'm looking for a ship. Here are my references. Here are more references. Here's my design for a whistling shell. Here's my colleague. He'll stay on shore. Here's my hand. Will you take it? Well, welcome aboard, sir. Oh, this is interesting. Room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Wait, let me make notes. Paper. Okay, so I have this officer. See what he's all about. Hello, what can I do for you? I have list. Invite the cannoneer to dine with you. You need 10 fuel, 5 torpedo components, 5 supplies. Alright, well let's make a note of that. I'll have to remember to buy torpedo components when I'm back in town. Cannoneer. 10x fuel, 5x torpedo components, 5x supplies. Okay, talk to him later. You can spend secrets with him to increase your iron. It's probably gonna do damage to your ship because you have to have at least 10 hull. The ship must be in good shape to sustain the impact of the cannoneers. Well, I don't need to do that yet. I only have 2 secrets anyway. Okay, what else we got going on in this Iron Republic? If I had 7, there's a weapon here you can buy. Fund a tittering artificer's project. This is a forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics. I don't know how to sell it for a forward-mounted weapon at the moment. I'll have to come back to that. Port report, haven't done that yet. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't be straight. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. Unlocked when you are no more than 14 days. Okay, so you can only ever get 14 days worth of port reports ever from this port, apparently. You can only visit the Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies, if your days are no more than 4. It's a parody of the Bazaar. Well, let's get the port report first. Fact and fiction. To record the Republic's events, it's like trying to sing wax or believe water. You do what you can. The third paragraph, Bud's eyes. The date is fundamentally wrong. The full stop, spite. You do what you can. I'm getting pages for that. And the Parliament of Flies is now open for business. I also gained 1 Tale of Terror and 1 Memory of Distant Shores. Okay. So the Parliament of Flies is now open, apparently. I have 1 day with the Republic. Let's go take a look. Visit the shops tab. After this, the Parliament will no longer be here. The Republic will seek Zoop and supplies instead. Gained terror, gained 1 fragment. The Cavalry Doctrine is open for business. Is that this? Oh, feels cheap here. It's only 8. Holy crap. That's like even cheaper than in London. Definitely stock up with some fuel. You can only hold so much in your hold. I gotta sell this thing. This would fetch 10 echoes. Okay, you can only sell it in Fallen London. Okay, I should have sold that when I was in Fallen London. Make a note of that so I don't forget. Sell extra gun in London. So I don't forget. Because it's taking up hold space. Let's see. Can sell literature and Shintalak. You can buy a Judgment's Egg, but it'll cost you a Fluke Core. You can buy a Dread Surmise if you have 9 Searing Enigmas. You can buy Parabola Linen. What in the world is Parabola Linen for? One of the crew members is interested in it at some point. Somebody here sells them. Somebody here can recruit officers for 5. If I have 5 of them somewhere, you can recruit an officer. I can buy 5 of them. How much do I have in my whole? Wait, I thought this was... Oh, this is the Parliament of Flies. Flies. Listen, okay, I'm like... I mean, I guess I'll buy 5 of these. There's an officer somewhere in the game that you need 5 of them. And the fuel's so cheap here. So I can hold 40 things. I have 20, 22. Yeah, it should be fine. Alright, let's buy 5 of these. 1, 2, 5. Don't have any other stuff. May as well just buy more fuel. I mean, for 8, can't go wrong for 8 8 echoes. Okay, so I don't actually know. So this didn't advance my information about what to do here. I might just like hang out around, explore the area until I get to something awaits and then come back. Because this is the area I want to focus on. I didn't actually learn much about this area. So let's just do a little exploring and then come back and use the something awaits again. Oops, I looked away for a second. Took some hull damage by hitting the wall. This ship there, oh god, he's aggro. I do not want to fight with my current boat. My lights are off. Hopefully he won't see me. Okay, yeah, he's not attacking me. I'm not in a position to fight anyone. Well, I mean, I don't know if I am or not. I don't really know. I mean, I guess I have plenty of whole. Okay, well, I have something awaits. Let's explore this next section and then turn around. Actually, may as well just go down to the corner. Come back up here. Corkery Bay. Where's Corkery Bay? This is Dawn's Edge. It says. I only have 3 supplies. I wasn't able to buy supplies in that town. Better turn around. Because yeah, I don't have a ton of supplies and I need to make it back at least to the command canal to buy more. Yeah, we better turn around. Let's go full speed for sure. Grand Geode is somewhere to the east. Okay, what is Grand Geode? Maybe I can buy supplies here. Zelo's town. I can dock here. Yeah, it's underneath this section here. No shops available. A distant song like a mirage. A naval base with the Royal Navy's emblems curiously amended. Efficient, bright-eyed women and men work briskly everywhere you look. They are singing hymns with unfamiliar words. Hard-faced Royal Marines watch you carefully, barring entry to the Geo's heart. A plaque by the docks has been defaced with orange paint, but you can still make out the original inscription: Station 5, Adjunct. I'm trying to go to Station 3, right? Travel over the Lauren flew to Station 3. Okay, I can use something awaits to do this. I can compile the port report. We'll definitely do that. The Marines are watching. Take notes. Okay, got the port report. Speak with someone in authority. The Commodore may be able to give you a few minutes. The Commodore shakes his hand warmly. He's a handsome, open-faced fellow in an immaculate Navy uniform. His office is equally handsome. It overlooks the glittering interior crystal cliff. It must be well lit as any sunny underneath. Extensions classified, you know, spying. The biscuits are good, but the anecdotes rather blunt with one to the next. You find yourself nodding and jerk suddenly awake. You feel well, a little euphoric even. Come back soon. Okay, I lost 5 terror. Gained 1 memory. Another memory. You now have 1 memoirs, Sunstroke. You've spoken to the Commodore in Grand Geode, but your memory is a little hazy. The light, it's pretty. Menaces, yearning and burning. What is menaces, yearning and burning? Not sure what that is. Oh, here it is. Menaces. Yearning, burning. The light has touched you lightly. 1. Okay, so it's like a bad thing. Well, it's a everything's story related, so like bad is not like bad like it prevents you from winning the game. It's bad like in the story of this world. It is a somewhat menacing thing. Anyways, what else can we do here? We can purchase an element of dawn. If I had vital intelligence, 50 supply. I can't even carry 50 things. I only have 40 spaces in my hold. I can engage an officer. It's a first officer. I don't have a first officer. Oh, she will take my memories of the sunstroke. Okay. Engage an officer. The Carnelian exile. A dark speckled woman marches up to you in some haste. Citizen, take me with you. I am no longer welcome here, and I will show you where we need to go. Welcome aboard. Here I am. A ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there, because there becomes here. You now have the Carnelian exile. Okay. She has a discomforting, even irritating habit of answering your questions just before you finish speaking. Could I invite her to die with you? I don't have a Syrian enigma, and I don't have extra supplies right now anyway. But ask her to remove her glasses. You'll need to tempt her with the very finest gossip of the Z. She's like a vampire or something. Either way, you need a Syrian enigma. Trade secrets for mirrors. I definitely need to raise my mirrors. And if I had Salt Song, I could ask her. At last, Salt Song. I'll have to remember that. So this is the Carnelian exile. Speak with 1x Searing Enigma. Is 4, wasn't it 1x supplies? Also, at last, Salt Song. Speak with 1x at last, Salts. Some thing to do with one of the gods of the sea. I actually don't have any idea what that actually is. Okay, anything else to do here? No. Do they have shops here? Nope. Alright, well let's head back up to Iron Republic and then maybe call it for today. Or call for this video, I should say. Would have been nice to explore that, but I'm running low on supplies, so I'm not gonna explore everything that's out of the way. Castle Clare. There's not a dock. There are no islands within the Zbass range. I don't want to fight that guy. So I don't think I do. Maybe if I kill him I get supplies actually. I suppose I could try. Wish I had better guns. Republican Dreadnought. 400 damage, crew 40. Maybe not. Oh my lord. Yeah, I'm not interested in combat with that guy. Alright, something awaits. Down to 2 supplies. So that's the problem with having a bunch of crew. They eat all your food. Alright, so I think maybe I have to come here when I have 70 terror. That's what I need to do. So let's make a note of this. So let's try making a note of it. Go to Iron Republic with greater than 70 terror. I'm not gonna do that today, but this will increase your terror. Perhaps something horrible will also happen. What did I ever make any notes about what that is? Allow your sailors time ashore. 18 fragments, 9 terror, and a shop opens up. I can try that once. Oh, this gives you fragments? I mean, it's possible that this isn't related to the Iron Republic. This raised the anarchists to prominence. I thought that these were the anarchists. Because like it says over here, like, hell has brought them freedom from all laws. I mean, they look like anarchists. I can only do one of these two. I can either go to the Calvary Doctrine, or I can do this one. Let's just do the Calvary Doctrine for now, since I'll want to do everything at least once. Okay. So it opened up this shop. Oh, well, you can sell supplies. You can't buy supplies here, though. You can still buy fuel. You can buy coffee beans for 38. Is that a good price for coffee beans? Coffee. I mean, you need one for a quest somewhere. This place sells them for 1 parabola linen. This place sells one for 80 echoes. This place buys them for 30. That's where I'm at right now. 38. 38, 38. Okay, so 38 is a pretty good price. I'll buy one. I don't want to fill up my hold with them, but there could be something interesting to do with them at some point. If I'm not selling supplies, I need to buy supplies. Alright, well, nothing else to do here. Okay, I think that's a good spot for the first video that I was going to do of a playthrough here on Sunless Sea. Good introduction to the game. Got to a few different ports. Haven't made much progress. We got a lot of officers, actually. We got the mascot, 3 of the officers. I mean, I started with the cook. I'm just missing an engineer now. But yeah, I mean, pretty good start to the game. I hope it was interesting. Thanks for watching.